Hello, Marty. I hope you're having a great Thursday. First day of class for you, livestock class. What's going to work is livestock is going to be first semester, and then we'll switch to equine second semester. Really like these two classes. I had fun with them last year, teaching them. So we'll go through some of the things. Today's just going to be an intro to the class. I'm not going to have you. At some point, I do need you to, I have an extra hanger, so I'm probably going to send with you this morning. I'll have it in Mr. Ranke's room. You'll have to make one of these. So what they are is we're going to talk about careers throughout the semester. So let me see if I can get it up there. I'll get one up here. Does this work? So as you can see, they just hang them on a hanger. You should have some hanging already in the school somewhere in there. You don't write on them today, you're just making it, and we do it throughout the semester so that we get that done. So when we talk about careers, like each time we do one, you're gonna write it on there. So I'll send you a link where you can talk about, and when we do career things, it doesn't have to stick to livestock or horse production. I mean, it could be any career. I will give you the general area, so sometimes I might say, okay, we're gonna talk about ag mechanics. So ag mechanics, you might want to talk about welding, diesel mechanic, working on big farm equipment, so keep that in mind. It's not always going to be what's the topic, but yeah, so you'll probably have to make that today. I think all the stuff is over there. It's just that you need the hanger. I believe I only brought over the hangers that needed to go over there. So again, when it comes to assignments, I'll send them through email, and then either you send them back through text message, a photo, or you'd send them through the email. I'll leave that up to you. But anyways, so this is livestock class. So what's going to happen here is livestock production. We start out by with like the nutrition system. Actually, probably what we're going to do is start out with livestock breeds. So you're understanding livestock breeds. And we do a lot with terms. This is the unit that has a lot of terms, and some of these terms you're already going to know. So I usually try to find a unique way of doing terms. And if you're ever confused on something, since you come over for block 1 or 2, just quickly pop in before welding starts. And then if you need help at getting something explained to you, I can probably physically show you a little bit better sometimes than trying to explain it in a text message or an email. But anyways, so we usually start out going through it's nutrition, but we understand the difference between a ruminant animal and a non-ruminant animal because their nutrition is a little bit different. We talk about balancing feed rations. We talk about, so all of that deals with nutrition. And then we also are going to, we talk a little bit about reproduction. We mainly go through the two the male and the female, and so on and so forth. So you get an understanding of that right there. And then we kind of get into beef and sheep and the different types of livestock, except for horse, since horse is a whole separate semester. So we don't really do much with horse. But anyways, and some of them we kind of group together. For example, like sometimes group sheep and cattle together, and goats, just because they are the ruminant animals. Pigs. Pigs are non-ruminant, so they're kind of different. They require different nutrition just because of their stomachs, and so on and so forth. So I was going to say horse, but we'll carry horse over into. So you're gonna have some different projects. Again, nothing, with you being on a cattle farm, you'll have some understanding of it. And so yeah, this is designed to teach you about beef, dairy, swine, sheep, goats. And if we get there, we'll get into poultry. Those kids just doesn't really suit them, but I think about chicken, poultry is the #1 most consumed meat in the world. So I guess we should probably be hitting on it that, you know, most people eat chicken, you know, it's the #1 of all of them. And we kind of get into maybe sometimes, we will get a little bit into why chicken is consumed more than beef and sheep and hogs. All right, so we do talk about in here so we talk about nutrition. We also talk about selecting animals. Like, you know, I'll give you a scenario and you have to select, okay, this is the type of animals. Yeah, we talked about that. We talk about some practices that are being used. We do talk about, like one of my favorite ones, we talk about identifying animals. So we talk about ear tagging, branding, and I kind of do that. I do that in cattle, but that's when I cover it with all animals, because horses are a little different. I guess when we talk about branding, this is when I'll bring in horses too. Branding horses is different than we branding cattle. Ear tagging is different. You know, I think last year you guys did an ear tagging type thing in class. You know, hogs are different because we don't put ear tags in hogs, and so on and so forth. And so, let's talk about how animal production affects the environment. So, you know, make sure we're handling waste properly. Larger operations have to worry about that, not so much small operations, and so on and so forth. So we also talk about, you know, I give you scenarios. I shouldn't say that. We also talk about insulation. You know, I give you a scenario that you're building a calving barn or a lambing barn or a farrowing barn, and we do an experiment where we have different types of insulations, and then, you know, which one is holding temperature better. So kind of a fun activity. Last year was the first one we did it, so I've kind of hoped that I've improved it a little bit. So yeah, so that's gonna be livestock production. And again, ever have questions on something, since you're coming over here in the morning, just pop in again. So before you go to welding, because I've noticed if you've gone to welding, you need something answered, sometimes you can't get out of there just because of the activity that you're doing over there. So, but anyways, I'm gonna send over with you to complete the hanger. He just has to hang up somewhere. Find where the other kids are. I don't know what room kids are using over there. So, your 5th hour. So, when I come over, I'll come over for both classes. Maybe do 5th hour for you guys and see if they can do 7th hour. I'll just have to find something to do for 6th hour. Yeah, maybe I'll go work with some elementary students then. So, all right. Other than that, just make your hanger and send me a photo. So, all right. We'll see you. I'll see you tomorrow in a video. The other kids won't have a video, but you will have a video. So, all right. Have a great Thursday.